Bets, online betting for every esports fan. Dota 2 and Hearthstone, CSGO and Overwatch, StarCraft 2, the choice is yours. Express bets for multiple matches or live bets on the game you are watching right now. Know your way around Dota 2? Make a prediction for picks and bans. Playing CSGO? Guess the number of rounds in a certain match. Daily quest for all participants and all the best choice of payment systems. More than 600,000 users have already made their bets on the spectacular matches since 2011. EGB.com. You know for sure who's gonna win.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Starladder iLeague StarSeries Season 3. We are going to be going into our second map of this matchup of EnVyUs versus BIG. Joining me once again will be Geet. And, well, we've already spoken a little bit about this. Envy, that's your favorite for this one, right?
Absolutely. EnVyUs are definitely my favorites for this one, but I still think it's going to be an interesting game, and I still think there's a good possibility of BIG actually taking the victory. I think it's going to be a way closer map than Cobblestone. I'm not entirely sure how Cobblestone wasn't closer, to be perfectly honest with you. But I think this one is going to be a lot closer.
Yeah, obviously this is a map we've seen Envy actually pretty happy to play in recent history. We've seen them play it against, I think it was Hellraisers and win. We've seen them play it against FaZe and have a reasonable series, the same with G2. So definitely one that they're trying to bring into their map, but it's just whether they can sort of stack up. And obviously in the, well, I suppose in Pro League especially, they are against the very best teams in the world. So losing a map 16-12, then you come down to play a team like BIG, who again, like them, are sort of reasonably new and obviously not quite up to that standard. It definitely looks like they should be the favourites going into this one. Either way, we've got the pistol underway, and, well, Sixer with a little bit of utility, Legia the same.
It's going to be interesting to see, because BIG, they're already rushing in towards the A bomb side. There's only one defender on A. EnVyUs going for the A retake, something that we see a lot on Cash, but not so much here on Train. Got B, he finds the first on XMS, but Scream. Beautiful double headshot. Sixer, he finds two as well. It's now going to be all on Tapson. Finds the shot on Sixer, but goes down to Happy. It actually works out great for EnVyUs, but interesting decision to go for the A retake and push 4 players in B holes. I don't think I've ever seen that in an official map. Actually, I don't think I've ever seen that before on this map.
Yeah, it's, well, obviously quite common that you retake B, because it is statistically, if I'm still correct. I've been quoting this stat for probably months now, but I think statistically it is the most retakeable site in the game. Very open site, very difficult to hold on to. Obviously, a lot of teams go for quite a bit of aggression now when you take B, just so that they can't actually get back into the choke points, because once you're sat back, it's actually very easy to lose that site. So actually going for the retake on A, definitely quite interesting, but what I like about it is they didn't let the T side get into any sort of choke points, and they've taken some map control that they didn't even get into an after plant. Now, flat Deegs, you're not a fan of the Deeg in your sort of games, but in this, surely you're a little bit excited.
Absolutely. I love to see the Deagle in pro games. The only reason why I don't like the Deagle is because I suck at the game. And I think that's something I need to work on my own time.
If you can't play cast, right? That's how it works.
Yeah, that's what I heard. If you can't play coach, if you can't coach cast or something like that, I don't know. I think caster is the bottom of the food chain. That's what I heard, at least, from chat. And chat is always right. Scream, already with 2, trying to get on the third here with Legia. Will get the headshot as well. I'm not getting too much out of the Deagles. Next, trying his very best, but XMS with a double kill towards the end. Tapson, the only one to catch a kill with his Deagle, as he took down Sixer, and EnVyUs making it 2-0.
We are going to have, again, like, not too much invested by BIG. I quite like this sort of scenario where they are going for a little bit, but they're making sure they have all the utility available going into that next round. Now, in the previous switch, you saw Envy once again go for just flat SMGs. Quite risky play, but obviously with no armor coming in on the other side, it works wonderfully. They make an awful lot of money early on, and, well, now we sort of talk about the idea that they could do the same again in this round and go into that 4th round with just a plethora of cash. Now, On the other side of things, this is going to be aggressive rush. RPK looking to shut them all down, and he will spray down with a little bit of help from Happy along the way, denying that bomb plant more importantly, which is the main idea of rushing this B site. You want to try and get that bomb down, and it's not going to happen. Flawless round for Envy, and now we get the scenario which I spoke about previously. Now, how many SMGs are they going to keep?
Obviously, I think they're going to keep all of them and use this as some sort of a bonus round, as you mentioned. Especially seeing as Scream, he's sitting on 9,000. Well, 8.6k. A lot of money on Scream. And they're actually going to upgrade one on XMS. I think that's the right...
I don't know, I think XMS had it. It's the AWP. Six has bought the AWP. That's what's come into play. That's the difference.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Correct, you're correct.
A little bit of a...
The thing, like, 3 SMGs is actually okay. You have 2 players playing up close on A, or even just 2 players playing up close on B. First SMG goes down.
Again, it's the same as the previous, where we actually saw Nex getting the double kill in the first fire on that dunk, though. Sixer lines that up perfectly. He brings it back to a 3 versus 3.
Pretty good stuff here by Nex. Nice entries towards the A-bomb side, but Sixer chiming in himself. RPK on that flank. Unfortunately, he makes a bit of noise and like, yeah, we'll shut him down. Tapson going to go for the plant. Sixer and Happy now in a 2-on-3 situation. Happy over by Connector and Sixer. It's over by a sandwich area. Gonna make his way on top of the train, and he goes down to Guppy in heaven. Happy goes down to Tapson. First round on the board for Big, making it 3-1. Now, obviously, there's still going to be plenty of money for EnVyUs to buy up once more. As I mentioned, Scream was sitting on pretty much 9k for that previous round. Sitting on 10k before he goes to use all his money. They're actually still going to go for the double SMG buy. It's a bit interesting, especially seeing as Scream still got plenty of money he could have potentially dropped.
Yeah, we are going to have a push over towards Ivy at the moment. It will be Tabson looking to try and find these picks. Now, obviously, for the T side, they've only managed to win 1 round, so they're going to want to try and get this second one. Otherwise, they're going to be the ones being reset rather than Envy, which is actually pretty likely itself because they're only going to get 1,900 into the next round with the 2-round loss bonus. Now, from the looks of things at the moment, at least, the Germans are setting themselves up for this split onto the A site. You could see positions being held just to stop any further aggression from this CT side of Envy, a team renowned for doing just that. And we speak of it and it shall appear. A main actually going to be taken by Scream. Now, this could be a very valuable position later on, but they're just going to smoke it off and actually opt to fall back and try and take back control of Ivy, which is currently in the hands of Tabson.
Very defensive setup here from EnVyUs, as you mentioned. Bit of an interesting decision. They're not really watching the A-bomb side at all. Tapson, he gets the first kill on XMS. Sixer, a good position. Will find the trade on Tapson.
Look at Copy. He's going to make his way right up the side. Now, Scream's actually boosted. That'll give him an advantage above the smoke, but misses the shots. That's going to give a good opportunity now for this T side to break back in. Scream was the one line of defense. However, he has managed to get himself onto the site. Going to try and deny the plant, but quite there, and will be traded out by Nex. Happy now trying to push him from Ivy. Unable to connect the shots as of yet. Nex just sort of baiting him in as the push will come in the meantime from RPK, getting around towards that bomb. And he's actually going to isolate onto Nex as well, leaving things a little bit closer now. RPK has picked up a kit, still has it in place, so if they can isolate maybe one more, but there goes Keeve. First shot for him, spots out the second and Happy, and now there should be no opportunity for him to win this round. Just going to have to go back towards the defusal, and with a decent position. Actually, now there's an opportunity. Keeve, he's got to go running. He's got to try and stop this bomb plant. It's not going to happen. Happy's going to ninja defuse it. That is absolutely horrible. 2 players trying to defend that bomb, and the peak gives Happy the round.
I'm stunned. I don't even know what to say. How do you clutch that? Your position is 100% known. That kill on the guy over by Pop Dog, that was nuts from Happy. And the cojones on him. Family friendly show, I've been told by chat. So The guts on Happy, that's incredible. Just sticking the bomb defusal, making it look incredibly... Well, I wouldn't say easy, but... Well, Keith was not in a position to take him down either way. Big. This time around, they are going to be on 2 SMGs. Flash out Keith, he gets completely blinded. XMS takes him down. XMS with the double kill on towards Tapson as well. Already a 3-on-5 situation. No damage done towards EnVyUs. Got B. Decent position over by Sandwich. Spot Scream up in heaven, but got B has taken a good amount of damage already. Scream changing up his position. Big, they're in a lot of trouble. They are committed to this A push. Makes Messi finds yet another kill on Got B. It's going to be the triple already. Sixer, he goes down to next. Legia falls to RPK. RPK with the double kill towards the end. And another round on the board for EnVyUs. 4 players surviving as well, meaning that they can start to work on their economy. Big. I mean, that previous round, losing that 1-on-2 situation against Happy feels bad, man.
Yeah, that's a real problematic scenario for them to come back from as well. Obviously, in this round, not going to be too much investment coming out from Big. Into the next, they'll get themselves the 2,400, which will give them the buy, and also give, more importantly, an AWP over towards Key. We didn't actually invest too much in the previous round. XMS starting strong as well, which is always important for this team. I feel like you could expect Scream to have a big game. They're going to need somebody else to step up with him if they're going to be able to win this one. But RPK starting. He's playing that Catalyst, that tank role over towards the B side. He's now got rotational support from Happy, who's picked up the AWP. It's looking like this all may switch around a little bit just based on position, which I do like. Obviously, if you have multiple players who can, although I do still like a team having a primary. I think if you have too much of a switch, it can get a bit worrying, but Kiev is still going to be doing damage. Now, they don't have a great economy over on MV. They want to be keeping this one as clean as possible. 3 players, and they still will make cash. But anything less than that, and well, it starts getting a little bit sketchy.
I mean, there's not really that much to work with here from Big. I have a Deagle, and they're using that Deagle to the best of their knowledge.
Oh, that was close.
Happy is taking a lot of damage as well with that AWP over towards close connector. Taps another kill on the Deagle. This might just fall apart for EnVyUs. And Happy, as I mentioned, very low on HP. He's going to go down to Gut B as he goes aggressive. That nade's not really connecting. Tapson, finally he falls. Sixer knows the position from Gut B. The bomb is not planted for Gut B. Sixer with that defuse kit, but Gut B, the patience.
Oh, not again. Please, not again. Not again! Sixer's gonna ninja it. Or, not ninja. He's gonna defuse it in the open. But that's ridiculous. That's 2 rounds now that Big have lost. Just
Tom,
by
what is going on?
defuses. The thing is, up till that point, Godby had the right read. It was just that he was a little bit too far away to actually stop the defusal from coming in. I cannot believe that that's happened twice in this game. And Envy have got to be laughing at this point. The French are just going to be so happy getting away with murder in that round. They really didn't deserve it after what just happened with the Deegs. But they're still going to be 6-1 up. And that's going to be a buy at least on the board. Scream going very aggressive. Capson in a good position. We'll catch him early on. Already the man advantage sits over towards the Germans.
I mean, it really just comes down to, you know, bad after-plant positioning. 2 times they've been on the wrong side of the site in a one-on-one situation. Simply not good enough. Sixer is taking a lot of damage. Scream already gone down. XMS, he finds Tapson. Sixer up close and personal on towards Gut B. Still alive. 2 on 3. He trying to bait out Sixer, but Sixer already changed his position. Happy in a good position with his AWP and Legia. He's now going to be left alone. 1 on 3 situation up close towards the site. And XMS, he actually checked towards Ivy. This gives a good opportunity for Legia to clutch this one. He does have the bomb. He will make his way over towards the B bomb site, and Happy already in decent position.
Yeah, we're going to have the bomb going down. Legia into a 1 versus 2. Can they finally win one of these situations? We could be looking at an even scoreline if it was the case. Going to peek out. Finds Happy. Now looks to switch up once again. XMS is going to be in the clutch. Doesn't have a kit, so does have to move relatively quickly. I don't think he spotted the head of Legia. He will now, though. Steps right into the open. This gives the advantage back over to the T, however. Now, this is 10 seconds. There's no way he's going to go for this, but Legia may just go aggressive, but wins it anyway. Big round coming out, and that will actually do so much damage. This is how close these rounds have been. The economy is wrecked for the CT side.
The important thing to note here is that finally, I mean, it's Legia, and Legia, he's very smart. He's been playing this game for a long, long time. And he goes for the best plant that he can possibly go for, and a very open plant. It allows him to go aggressive towards, you know, basically towards CT spawn. Exactly what he does. He finds Happy, turns around, he knows exactly where the bomb is planted. It gives him a lot of opportunity to cover it from a lot of different angles. And this time around, he's in a beautiful, you know, after plant position. Exactly what Big was lacking for the other couple of rounds where EnVyUs just stole them away.
Yeah, to be fair to Big, it has to be said that their T side, although the scoreline looks, well, pretty bad, they're not doing badly at this point. There's been 2 rounds that they actually should have won, where the bomb's just been defused from beneath them. The 2v1 versus Happy, and the same coming in with Sixer towards the end, where he wins the 2v1 again. So they're not doing badly in these rounds, and actually the reward that they've got from all these sort of very, very close rounds is a reset onto the economy of Envy. Now, they're not going to have a buy in the next round either. They're only going to get 1900 up, and you can see Happy and XMS have very, very little in the bank. Interested to see that RPK didn't actually invest much more, but just going to save and keep all that money available for the next, maybe even buy a similar sort of buy into the next round anyway. But this is the chance for Big to make some money. This is where they need to capitalize. They can't afford to lose too many players, and they definitely can't afford to lose this round. If they were to throw this one straight back, well, I think we'd all be laughing once again.
Should be a fairly easy round here for Big. EnVyUs, as you mentioned, they don't really have that much money, seeing as a few of these rounds have been incredibly close. There's definitely going to be either the double eco or, as you see here, a bit of a force buy in this round, and probably more or less a full eco for the next round. Big with 3 AKs and 2 SMGs. Green just spraying away with the deagle, not something we see him do that often. Usually known for his one-taps.
Well, there you go.
Gets one there.
There you go. You say it and he shall appear. Scream already starting off the damage train. Got B. Okay. He's got balls of steel, just going to sink the plot, but look how much damage is already being done. It's the reality of this game is already coming about. It's all down to Keith. He gets the first, manages to stop them defusing the bomb, but it doesn't matter. They've won the round, and once again, Big, the mistakes were made. They're just unable to actually convert this, and I just have absolutely no words to say in this sort of scenario. Envy have just pulled a round out of nothing. They've worked with these pistols. Their economy is going to be saved, and the damage onto the economy of Big is going to be pretty hefty.
Tom, what is this game? What have you drawn me into?
Just, I don't even know. That's the power of the pistols, I suppose. Volvo, please. I don't even know anymore. That was just, it was a really nice setup for Envy. Like, the crossfire was there. They did a lot of damage early into the round, and there was no fallback for afterplants. There was no setup to even stop them getting near the bomb. They were on the site when the bomb was being planted, so madness. But, yeah, it's going to be now an AWP alongside some pistols. Big, hoping to try and turn this one around straight away with their Catalyst AWPer. Already tagged low. Looking to make their way onto this A side. They don't have much control over towards Ivy. Most of it's Pop Dog. Scream already going to be tagged, but there's Sixer. He trades instantly, and it's not even a kill coming in for Keeve. Eventually, that frag will be brought in But they're just trying to push with pistols now. God B has actually managed to retrieve the orb.
Very interesting flashbang coming in from Happy. SMS in the meantime finds Tapson. 2 on 4.
BK!
Okay.
He really wanted that kill. He really wanted that kill. Sits in the
Apparently.
Molotov. Doesn't matter. They will clean things up. And well, now, actually, Big not in too bad a situation. They didn't fully invest in that previous round. They just got the AWP onto Kiev so that he could try and do some damage. Now, they could still buy back up here. It would just be very limited in terms of utility. Now, whether they do or not, they are. They're going to invest into it. So, a little bit risky. Obviously, the utility is something that will come into play because Legia is just going to go down to a Galil, and God B will drop his head armor. But they're now getting sort of towards a position where you're going, okay, now Envy look like they're dominating, when in reality, this could have been a much, much closer game.
It definitely should have been a way closer game. I mean, this is... The scoreline doesn't really say how close this game has been already.
Not in this round, at least. XMS shutting them down over towards A main. Nice pick from Sixer as well to start things off. And this sort of... Well, I don't want to say forced buy, because it is a pretty good buy overall. But whatever it is, they've been shut down. 2 players remaining. Godbeat and Legia. Not really the players you look to clutch a 2 versus 5. But so far, we haven't really seen anything from a lot of the players on the team. Nex has gone completely quiet when he's actually pulling out a lot of entry kills over on that cobblestone T side. And, well, scarily as well, Kiev has been unable to do too much with the picks. So it's going to leave it on to the man, Godby. He's going to be the one entry fragging. And, well, no, he's not. They're going to get completely wrecked. 9-2. Envy now starting to pick up some steam in the last few, keeping quite a few players alive. And they're building up a bit more cash.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, I mean, the score is 9-2 to EnVyUs, but a lot of these rounds, I'm actually curious how many. We've seen 3 of these rounds come down to a 1-on-1 situation. So that's, I mean, we don't see that often, and it could have gone either way. Now that's 3 rounds. If those 3 rounds went in the favor of Big, it would have been 5-6. So, in theory, this should have been a way closer game.
Yeah, also take away that eco round win as well. And, well, who knows how this could have gone. Unfortunately, it's not the case. This is the way the cookie crumbles. And in the clutch situations, Envy have been phenomenal. Now we look towards Happy on the side, trying to deny a bomb plant, trying to deny any more money going in, and, well, he has done just that. Only Tabson remains. Can he actually get this down? That would be more than enough for his team. That's actually pretty good round for them, actually, considering he was left alone. Take down 2 players. Shouldn't be doing too much damage over on the economy of the French, but it does mean that they can get a much better buy, and AWP will be confirmed for Kiev, even with some armor behind it as well, and the rest of the team can get a nice amount of utility.
Actually, a pretty good round here. I mean, as you mentioned, that's pretty much all they were looking for, getting that bomb down, making sure that they can get a better buy for this round, and they do manage to get a pretty good buy. They got all the money that they need for a full buy with the AWP, as you mentioned, on key. We do still have the double op set up here for EnVyUs. A bit interesting. I don't know if you remember back in the good old 1.6 days where Train was actually where the double op setup was invented, and oftentimes even a triple op setup. Now, obviously back then the map was completely different. You could look under all of the trains, you could crouch under the trains, a completely different setup and a different feel to the game as well. But it's interesting to see that we still keep sort of the tendency of double op, triple op setups in CSGO.
So are you one of the bring back Markle of AWP people? Is that what you're is that what you're alluding to? I hear that all the time.
No comment.
The man, the myth, the legend. Not been having a good time recently. I think they're actually eliminated already from this tournament. So unfortunately, we won't be seeing Flipside in Kiev, which is a terrible, terrible shame. But Yeah, well, maybe they'll turn up. They probably live relatively close. Either way,
I might come by just to say
yeah, just
hello.
come drop in. And Zeus actually did that last year because it was just after he dropped out in RV. Obviously, this year, Gambit are in the tournament, so the return of the king. I'm excited for that. Love a bit of Zeus, but we are going to see this aggressive push at the moment, at least from 3 players of BIG over towards this B site. RPK up the ladder. Can he get any work done? He's not going to go over aggressive at this moment in time, at least. Leggy are going to be falling back. Again, Scream just been taking over A main so regularly on this map at the moment, it's getting a little bit worrying. He's able to just gain way too much map control, and somebody needs to be punishing him, and he's looking to try and take down God B, but God B will win that fight. Who would have bet on that?
God B was definitely in the favorable position there, as he was just watching an angle, and Scream ran right in front of his crosshair, but Scream, I think he's getting a bit angsty. I don't know, it seems like he's not happy with the amount of kills that he has on the board yet. Bit interesting stuff. That's something we see that often. Unless he finds one on towards Legia, gets spray down here by God B, completely blinded. Happy. The AWP. That flash is very, very solid. I love to see that flashbang. 2-on-2 situation now as Key takes care of RPK. The bomb will get planted. The double op set up for EnVyUs, trying to retake this A bomb site up against Tapson and Key.
Yeah, both open could make things a little bit more difficult. Now, the afterplant positions this time are split, and it means that, again, Tabson may be in from behind, and he's going to get that first kill. That's important. It's down to Happy. 1 versus 2. He knows exactly where Keeve is. Gonna go looking, gonna go hunting, but Keeve will spot him out. Keeve just gonna fall away. Smart decision, and Tabson will be there to finish things off. So finally, they win one of these situations once again. This time, it doesn't come down to them, or Legia, I suppose. So they get a third. Obviously, if they can bring this back to 10-5, this really isn't that bad. It's still definitely able to pull this one back. Obviously, the T side of Envy is not a bad one at all, especially if Scream is hitting his shots. He can take this map into his own hands, but it's still only 10-3. There's plenty more rounds, or at least a couple more in this half to go. And I think the T's are going to want to try and get both of them.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, 10-5 is not that bad. It's most commonly known as a heavy CT-sided map. Probably the most heavy CT-sided map in the current map pool. And it definitely, like, with 5 rounds on T-side, it's definitely not over. But it does sort of... I mean, you need to get that pistol round.
Yeah, pistol rounds always ever crucial. But at least the second round pistols are now powerful enough to do something back in those sort of rounds, as we've already seen quite a few. Aggression this time will come in from Scream into Pop Dog. He's already had A main most of the time, so he's decided to take a different avenue of aggression. Ivy is looking like the place where most of them want to go. The problem is they may be split out. If Legia ducks back down into Pop Dog, it's such a valuable position to actually have for afterplants that if they're not able to get it, these two CT players could actually do enough to just shut down this round. Now, they've only got 35 seconds left on the clock to actually get themselves into this site, and they haven't found anything yet. They have no information, and they don't know where any of the remaining players are, but there we go. Legia, he is going to get one, but they still have that position. Sixer in a great spot, shuts down 2, and now they got 25 seconds to gain this back. Keeve will be able to get 1. He's looking for more, but Sixer still doing his job, leaving it on to Nex. 15 seconds to kill 3 players. I don't think it's going to be happening for him. And that leaves them in a horrible predicament going into the last round, where their money, once again, is going to be stuffed.
Sixer's a god. That was so incredibly clean. Even that last kill, he spots the player 2 times, tries to bait him out, and then he decides to go for the peek and commit to the shot. Quad kill for Sixer for this round. Absolutely brilliant round. EnVyUs in a very, very strong position. 11-3 for this round. They don't really have that much to work with. 2 AKs, 2 Tech 9s, and a P250. Sixer, once again, opening up nicely. Over towards Ivy this time around, taking care of Taps and then Key. Big final 3 players. Try and commit towards the B push. Legia, he finds 1, but RPK in a good position to cover that push. EnVyUs, they managed to make it 12-3 Wow. I didn't expect that. I really didn't. But I mean, this is definitely going to be a tough one for Big.
Oh, yeah.
I usually say that 3 rounds is the bare minimum that you can get, because even if you lose the pistol, you're still, like, it's not realistic that you get back into the game, but you still have a chance at least. Where if it's 13-2 and you lose the pistol, it should be 16-2, right?
Well, the problem is as well is that Train as a map has actually evolved into one where teams are able to get a lot more rounds on the T side. We saw it during the major. But I'm going to have to cut myself off because we've got the classic strat. The rush B don't stop. RPK straight in, but it's going to be Tabson to get that first frag. The bomb likely to be going down. Now, this is what I like to see, the aggression. But unfortunately, they're actually getting caught out at the moment. They do have a Molotov left onto Happy, ready for that after plant position. There isn't a smoke on the CT side either. The problem is they're now stuck in these sort of static roles, these close range positions, where they're just going to be pre-fired. But XMS still managing to get another one. Can he make it a third? Not quite yet. Does a lot of damage though. XMS just going ham in this pistol round. Can't quite get the fourth, and it will actually come down to Happy. But there is that Molotov. They've got to try and shut him down. Keith has to get this kill, otherwise it is over. And well, next, there's just no hope. He's got the kit, that's it. He has to hit the instant headshot, and Happy just doesn't have to peek in this scenario, even wants the kill. And that will be it. Shutdown round, Envy with the pistol. And now things are going to be even more difficult for Big.
Definitely not what Big was hoping for, and interesting to see a Molotov in the pistol round. Not something we see that often, but it's definitely a good choice, especially with a B push. Because it allows you, if you get that plan, it allows you to just fall back the player with that Molotov, and saving that Molotov for the after plant position. For this round, he is obviously spread out across the map. Like, he goes aggressive over towards Ivy, finds the kill on Happy. Not able to collect the gun. Sitting on 5 HP.
It's a risky buy again, isn't it? They really do like these SMG buys. They do have a Galil onto Scream, but like we've seen a lot of the time now, teams are a bit more reluctant to pick up these MAC-10s and just farm the cash. Just because they are risky versus these pistols. And I'm wondering if they are going to get punished in this sort of situation. Again, not a whole lot of utility. That is where they really do benefit, having the SMGs. The Ts have a lot of utility. 1 flashbang for God B, and that is it. But there's a reason that we see people not picking these up, and there you go. That's another one. Tabson actually gets a second kill already in this round. They got 45 seconds. And again, the Ts, they don't really have much control. They're just going to go heading into this A site. 6 are leading the way. The bomb is trying to push him from behind. They're trying to just split up these remaining CT players. 6 up, not going to get one either. That MAC-10 shut down completely. They are low, however, so maybe Scream and XMS could try and save the day. But they got 25 seconds to do so.
He's now going to be left alone, but he does manage to get 2. And has now got B left alone. He does have the CSAT 75. Definitely a strong weapon, and he finds the headshot. XMS goes down, and Big on the pistol force buy managed to make it work. And again, pistols. Valve, please. But that was like not only strong pistols, it was also Big playing very well, going aggressive over towards Ivy, finding that first kill. I believe it was Legia finding Happy, and then Tabson going aggressive towards upper B, and just solid play there by Big. EnVyUs, obviously they should have had that, but it just comes down to spreading out a bit too wide and losing players all around the map. And when it finally comes down to EnVyUs pushing a site, they don't have the numbers advantage anymore, or the utility advantage anymore.
Over XMS. He's got himself that rifle. I'd like to see him juggle it over to another teammate with a little bit more health. Sixer doesn't actually have any armor, so really not too much of a benefit, but he still manages to get one. They're making this at least costly. Nice shot from Scream. Gives them the man advantage at least. XMS left with armor and nothing to play with. Tabson be pushing him from behind. They know exactly where he is, however, and Scream's gonna get another. Maybe they're about to break straight back, but it's Clutch Meister. Legia once again looking to try and catch Sixer on the rotation. It's going to be pretty close, actually, because if he goes down, that is the bomb. Nade will be dunked in, but it's not going to do too much. Legia just chasing after, and nobody being able to shut him down at this moment in time, but it will be Scream. He gets himself 3 in the round. The Deeg is enough, and, well, they didn't learn from the mistakes of their opponent by forcing up those SMGs, and they will be punished just as badly.
I've actually been trying to analyze what is going on in those pistol force buys where people win them. Like, is it the other team just fluking out? Like, are they having a bad round, or do the team on the pistol force buy actually do some great stuff? And I think it's a mixture of both. It's a mixture of buying too many SMGs and trying to get clever, not really making it happen, and the other team on that pistol force buy doing great stuff, just good positioning. I think it goes both ways.
Tabs unable to get one, still clipping this round relatively close. It is the 3 AK players left alive for this T side, so you'd have to hope that they would be able to pull this round through. 6 are going to be trying to hold down the lurk to stop any sort of rotations. Legia is actually pushing in his direction. Almost wins the duel. Now on to just next. Now this is sort of their last ditch effort. They're only going to have a similar buy in the next. Actually managing to get one. Now 6 is already low on HP, but so is he. That's the problem. And he has to get past this rifle of XMS. He won't do that. 15-4. Map point. Looking to take this over to Cash as the 3rd. And Big are going to have to try and fight this one back with a last-ditch effort jumble sail by.
I think EnVyUs hurt me. I don't know if you guys... Well, obviously Twitch chat, remember, and I'm going to get a lot of flack for this, but at the first couple of seconds of the game here, I said that I thought this was going to be a closer one than Cobblestone. And EnVyUs, they want to make me look like a fool. They definitely... Well, I guess I did that by myself. Scream, who finds the entry over towards the A-bomb side. RPK finds next. 5-on-3 already. They does manage to find one on 6 as well, but they're getting shut down. Taps, and he's now going to be left alone. 1-on-3 situation on that flank from Pop Dogs. Goes down to Happy. That's going to be 16-4 for EnVyUs. Taking the victory here on Train. And exactly as you mentioned, Tom. Next up, 3rd and final map will be Cash.
Yeah, of course, ladies and gentlemen, if you do want to look up any of the previous VODs, you can check the description where below you will be able to find the SLTV YouTube channel. And I think there is some behind-the-scenes stuff as well from all of the lands, and will be up and coming as well from the StarSeries finals in April. And, well, there's going to be a lot of good teams there and talent as well. So make sure you check all of that out, as said, in the description below. But we are going to be going for a quick break, and then we will have map number 3 between Envy and Big. One of these teams is going forward into the round of 8, and the other will be, I